Hi everyone, Dan Arms from ServoPro here. I've got Stephen Pearman from Action OHS Consulting here with me today. Action OHS Consulting are our partner for safety. They look after our members' safety, and they also not only just work in the petrol station industry, but also a lot of other industries. So I really appreciate you giving us some time today, Stephen, to help our members out.
Absolute pleasure, Dan. Great to be here.
Thank you. So one of the questions we're really getting a lot is around providing facilities for our customers to wash their hands, and also providing hand sanitizer for our customers in particular. So yeah, just wondering your thoughts on whether, as petrol station operators, whether it's something that we really, do we have to do that, provide those sort of facilities for our customers?
Yeah, that's a really good question, Dan. It's a difficult one because under the OHS Act, employers have a duty not only to their employees, but also to other persons in the workplace. And you could argue, well, customers come into that workplace, customers should expect not to have to be contaminated in your shop. So should they wash their hands, or should you provide some sort of resources for your customers to wash their hands and not become infected? Look, the short answer is I don't think you should. I think that's something that is beyond the expectation of your average service station owner. There is a thing in health and safety, or a legal concept called reasonably practicable. And what it all boils down to is what you can reasonably do to ensure that no one is made unsafe or unwell from the activities going on in your shop. Now, when we look at things like viruses and microorganisms, they are absolutely everywhere. And you really have no way of ensuring or guaranteeing that they are not going to be in your shop. Even if you have the most stringent cleaning program in the world, in effect, what you'd have to do is probably have a pure air bubble around your service station shop and have everyone UV irradiated before they could come into the shop, because clearly you can see that's just not practicable at all. No other outlets are providing those services for customers to wash their hands. If you go into Coles or Woolworths supermarket, you're not going to find a sanitising towel or a bar of soap there to wash your hands before you go in. The expectation is that everybody takes care of their own safety. So I'd suggest that you really focus on your workers and sort of put up barriers or hurdles to those guys actually catching the infection. And one of the key risks for your workers in catching the infection is getting the virus transferred from one of your clients or the customers that come into the service station and or the sales area and the shop. Really, it's about putting up barriers to prevent that. And the key things are getting your workers to wash their hands frequently and often. If they touch any sort of public area, it's probably a good idea for them to wash their hands or use some hand sanitizing gel before they continue to work. If they're going to lunch at the beginning of the day, if they're going to lunch having a meal break, if they go out to have a cigarette, or all of those things, they should really be washing their hands. And also at the end of the day, of course. Another area that may be a potential contact point is money. So if your operators are handling cash, be that notes or coin, we do know that this virus lives for at least a few hours, and probably it can survive for a day or so on your 20-cent piece or your dollar coin. So you may decide to get your workers to wear gloves when handling money. And while it's becoming more and more infrequently used as physical money, it still may be a significant point of transaction for your shop. Minimising contact with clients is a really important one. Many service stations have those barriers or some sort of barrier, and making sure that your workers in there is really good. Preventing handling anything of your customer is also a really effective way. So, just get them to swipe their credit card. Make sure that you don't touch them when you do it. if you do touch them when you do it, maybe subtly or discreetly wash your hands. I don't think your customer would appreciate you washing hands and drinking a lot of Dettol or something if you inadvertently touch them. But really, there is no duty to customers. Well, there is a duty to make them safe in the workplace, but to expect you to supply sanitizer, soap, and so on to your customers would not only be an imposition on their time, but would also be a significant cost to you, and it's a cost that, frankly, you probably don't need in this environment at the moment.
Yeah, no, that's excellent. That makes a lot of sense. It's obviously a pretty, with service station owners being very busy at the moment, lots of things happening. It is sort of another job to try and set something up for customers to use to wash their hands and sanitize. And service station owners are sort of having to be careful with their resources at the moment. So yeah, it's good to know. Look, it's not something that we have to do. If some service station operators decide to do it, well, it's something that they can decide to do, but don't have to. So really great information once again. Yep.
Yeah, and it might be a great way to support your customers, to gain the edge over the opposition, but it is a cost to you, and these things aren't cheap, these sanitisers and so on. So it would be significant if you got a high throughput organisation service station.
Yeah, definitely. Excellent. Thanks for your time, Stephen.
Absolute pleasure, Dan. Have a good one.
You too.